Everyone. I love the mind of like just conspiracy theorists where they're the only people in the world that can make the dumbest idea and bring up the worst evidence ever and still believe, it holds some weight to back up their theory and make, more credible. And not just that, also just how diehard they are. There's not a single group of people I know that will stick to the belief more than flat earthers. Like, I've never seen a clip of someone going to like a convention or having an argument publicly, and by the end, no matter like how much they get proven wrong, they come out at the end being like, okay, I admit I was wrong. Never. They always walk out with the same exact belief they had when they walked in, and they see themselves as more stronger for not giving up, still sticking to it. Plus, I feel like when you're one of those people, you never like have one belief and like shut down another. You have like multiple ones where they equally as dumb, but you stick to them. I'm sure there are many other theories that align with being a flat earther, but this one I found today seems so dumb. The idea of Joe Biden, the president, God bless him, whoever, I don't care about him, being played by the actor Jim Carrey, where who knows where the actual guy is, actual Joe, he is. Jim Carrey's been walking around in his flesh or in his character the entire time, tricking everyone, or as this guy says. I have no idea where you can get like a theory like this, because at first glance, they look nothing alike, so first chance gone. Second of all, why would an actor play? I know Joe Biden's not the pinnacle of health. Who would say that he's that bad, fucked up physically, that we need another actor that's on the complete opposite spectrum of like energy to play him? Where Jim Carrey's very energetic. Joe Biden does move around a lot. Why would he play Joe Biden? Apparently, this guy believes it. At @FittestFlatEarther on TikTok. Okay, no need to brag. It does say on his bio that he's a satire account, so not everything he says, is completely honest, just meant for a joke. But that video I talked about, like him believing that Joe Biden is Jim Carrey actually, seems so honest, and the fact that he has hundreds of videos just like this on his account makes me believe that, he's somewhat bordering on actually believing this theory. And if it is bullshit and I look like a jackass, fine by me. Because if this theory is made up for the sake of comedy, he did make it like convincing enough to make me believe it. And it's still funny, I don't care.
I think maybe, just maybe, we just saw the last of Jim. And I didn't misspeak, I meant Jim Carrey.
Okay, I like how immediately he's like, I did not misspeak, I meant Jim Carrey. As if Jim Carrey is the only person in the world to be called Jim.
This has been going on for quite a while. And if you're new here or to this theory, I've done a lot of videos on it, so go catch up real quick. But if you're not new here, I'm going to show you how this mask-loving Jim Carrey is just doing his farewell walk.
Oh yes, of course, his hyper-realistic mask-loving obsession as the Riddler, Dr. Eggman, and the Grinch.
Now in my opinion, and that's all it ever is my opinion, but I like to give my opinion with evidence. Jim is retiring from this role, and he's moving on to bigger things, which I'll get to in a minute. But I've done this many times before because they create things in the past to duplicate things in the future. And did you notice that exact same forward head posture? Did you notice that exact same
fucking sucks.
But I digress. And here is just more evidence that they're the same people. And I've done this many times where something he does, he has done exactly the same in a movie role. Just like here, taking his final bow before he goes behind the curtain to change roles.
This is so dumb. By that, comparison, every single movie that has had a scene of like the main character walking upstairs has had the main actor potentially try to be Joe Biden, because that's the only time he can do it. What was his point anyway, trying to use a clip from The Truman Show? Was that meant to be like a big underlying thread that it's all part of getting a fake act to trick people or trick the guy? Because in that movie, the main actor, he's under the impression that everything is real when it's not, and he's making the point that everyone thinks it's real when the main guy, Jim Carrey, thinks it's bullshit because he's making up the bullshit. It makes no sense. This is the point of the video where I realized, if he really does believe that Jim Carrey is playing Joe Biden, that's an absolute joke on his physical level and talent as an actor. Because Jim Carrey, He's Jim Carrey because of how energetic he is, just fling around everywhere. So I don't know what CIA casting manager thought it would be a good idea to get that guy, the most energetic actor, in Hollywood, to play as him, as Joe Biden, the most physically limited man president ever. It's probably because Jim Carrey's a bit older now, he's more toned down, relaxed. But it's still Jim Carrey. It's still the same fucking guy. I just love that part. Look at the way they both bow down. Completely different set of actions.
But be not deceived, because Satan, he masquerades as an angel of light. And what bigger light is there than JC? And I'm not talking Jim Carrey, because they've been programming this for a while. And whether it's just mockery of Jesus, or it is, like I think, and it's predictive programming of a certain role that guy is going to play real soon, what I highly recommend is that you get your spiritual discernment ready.
Right. This is one big reason why I feel like this guy he might be making other stuff for satire, for entertainment. I feel like this video is the one part that's actually honest to him. There's no way you can be this fictitious or just heavily religious. You see all of this stuff in fucking dumb Hollywood movies that you actually believe it. As well as believing that Jim Carrey has been a fake prophet, an agent of evil, the guy that played fucking Cable Guy. I like how, by his definition, any actor that's ever done a hands up pose, a T pose, whatever, has religious connotations instead of being give me a hug or, presenting you an audience. I'm sure you can find a clip of every single actor ever doing that pose at a TV show or the Oscars. What about Will Smith? He's done that pose. Is he Jesus? Is he Joe Biden?
Because there's something coming. I feel it, and I've been feeling it for a while. Because if you haven't noticed, things seem to be getting revved up. But as always, I know that Hollywood and the government are two completely separate things, never intermingling whatsoever. And Jim Carrey just loves to play all these different roles for Hollywood only. And their faces matching up, mouth, nose, eyes, is just a complete coincidence.
Complete joke, you mean? I love how in that picture, he had to align the middle part way more to Jim Carrey, because they don't match up. The eye, okay, they're both green, they're both different color, I mean. They're both at different heights, different noses, different smile. It just doesn't make sense. This could be, again, a supporting factor to show that this is all bullshit as a joke, and it is funny. But both ways, if he does actually believe it, it's the worst evidence ever. Not to mention, I remember this exact joke on SNL or some other dumb show, where it's exactly, this scenario where Jim Carrey plays Joe Biden, and when he walks up on stage, he looks nothing like him. I really think it's a head shape. Any actor can play someone else or a different character, but as long as it doesn't matter how much makeup they have, if the chin or just jaw ratio is completely different, you can tell it's someone else immediately.
Just like it's also a coincidence that every time Joe has fallen, there's been an exact replica of when Jim has fallen in a movie or on TV. These things happen. It's just how life works. Coincidences happen. Duh. All for entertainment purposes.
Okay, fuck this video. I really want to see the other video of the clip of Joe Biden falling on the bike. That's really funny. I'm really starting to believe now that it is satire. When I first saw the video, in my defense, when I was in bed, in a groggy state, and I saw the video, I was like, oh, what a moron. But then I realized, not only, is the video completely moronic, it says in the bio as well, it's satire. Either way, it's so funny, I don't care. I'm realizing now as well, this theory could have been sparked. There's at least 10 morons in a bar that believe the actual theory, and it's purely sparked by the one time that Joe Biden gets sick of COVID and he couldn't be president for a day, or he had to give the role to someone else, and people were like, what if Joe Biden, he's Joe Biden, but he got Jim Carrey to play as Joe Biden because Joe Biden would be sick and he had to be someone else. Because whenever something bad happens in the government, you'll always have a cascade of people being making up theories for what they're trying to do and how are they trying to cover it up as well. But you know what? If it does come out there's an investigation to how Jim Carrey is actually Joe Biden, I'll take back my words and I'll go a step further by deleting my entire channel. I'm not fucking kidding.